Really like.
Because life is sometimes better.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hold on, let me just check that no one is trying to get in from here. Well, don't know. Okay. Draw your knees to your chest. And circle your knees. And the other way. Draw the right one in and the left one up. And flex and point. Stubborn foot. Hold your dorsiflexion and extend through the heel. Travel shortens your hamstrings, turns out. And then send your leg all the way down. Let it get nice and heavy. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, drop your shoulders. As you pull the right knee in, firm the low belly, or just the belly, and circle that knee. Do you want to do it close with your? Okay. Go the other way. Trying to keep everything else relatively still. And then draw your leg toward the right shoulder and smooth down anything on the body that feels ruffled with your left hand. Check in with your jaw and your neck and your shoulders. The chest as open as it could be. Keep letting that leg relax open until you notice that it is a stretch. Maybe an anchor point on that left hip. And then drawing the knee into the middle, shift your hips over to the right just a little. Cactus or extend your right arm and twist across. Look over to the right. Just ease into this. It could be feeling a little bit tight. With your left hand, you can smooth down the right hip, encouraging it away from the waistline. And think of the hand as just a firm, but not too firm, like a directing teacher. Like, oh, head. You just want to move away from that waist. Notice the right shoulder. Is it holding any excess tension? Or the right fingers? Are your eyes projecting forward? Can they soften into the face a little more? And allow them to rove toward the back right corner of your room to the ceiling so that your eyes are extended to the right and up. And maybe a yawn comes. And then reach to your right arm and roll onto your back. Pull your knees in again without strain, just hold them. Maybe rock side to side. And depending on how close or far they are from the body, you address different parts of the sacrum and butt. Maybe the low back, but not too high in that low back. Maybe you're noticing your tummy might feel a little still processing, like I had a big dinner. I can still feel it in there. And then hands go around the left shin, send the right foot up. And start to open up that ankle and foot. Flexing and pointing. Relax the brow and the shoulders. And my foot is always a bit crooked when I start, so I'm noticing that and encouraging a bit of alignment. And noticing my jaw's response to that. And then hold a nice strong dorsiflexion. Letting that heel extend up. Shoulders relax. Send that leg down to the floor. Nice and heavy. Let it sink. Pull that left knee in and give it a nice circle. Stabilizing with the belly. And just keeping everything relatively still, other than the leg. And go the other way. The knees bend. Yeah, the right leg is down. And then pull that left knee toward your left shoulder. With your right hand, smooth anything that wants smoothing. It feels unsmooth. Maybe you have an area that's nagging. Give it some attention with that hand. Anchor that right hip perhaps, or maybe a little higher up. Kind of depends on where you feel you want that extra support, and then let that left leg just open. Let the eyes soften into the face. Jaw relax, the tongue heavy. Shoulders drop. Is the neck straining? And then draw the knee into the middle, shift your hips over to the left. Reach out through your left arm, cactus or straight, as you bring the knee across. With your right hand, smooth down that left side. Directing traffic, directing that left hip away from the waistline. Turning the head to the left. Breathing here, shoulders moving down the back. Eyes move to that back left corner ceiling. And leave them there until there's a yawn or a swallow or some kind of blink. Notice if things melt a little more. Reach through your left arm and use that to help you roll onto your back. Center yourself, hug knees to chest, and again, gentle side to side movement. Let the feet land on the ground and center yourself for a bridge pose, reaching toward the heels just to get a sense of where you are. And then move the feet slightly away from the fingers. And roll the arms in and out a couple times. So just turning up the inside of the arm, rolling it down, palms up, palms down. And then let your hips lift and wag your tail right and left. Pushing down through the right foot and then the left as you swing the hips. Aware of pressure through each heel as you apply it. And then center those hips and push down through the heels. Don't bring your arms in just yet, or maybe at all. Just let the shoulders move down and run the chin away from the chest a little bit. And feel the glutes as you push down through the heels. Firm the tummy. Let the buttocks lower just a little. Tuck the tailbone. Go ahead and tuck it. And belly in and raise the seat up. And push through the feet. Let the toes be light and spread. Now, without bringing the shoulders closer, just turn on the triceps, push them down. And let the chest lift just a little bit from that activation only, not from moving the arms. So you feel the side chest strengthen, the legs strengthen, and then relax the upper body and slowly, in order from top to bottom, come on down. Roll tailbone forward, and then imprint the spine. Keep that, move the feet away, and let the knees fall in. Tailbone moves forward once again. And as you exhale, again, imprint the spine into the mat. On your next exhale, roll the tailbone forward, arching the lower back, away from the floor, so it's like the subtle, tiny little cat-cow. Exhale, rounding, tailbone under, imprinting spine. Taking an inhale with that in the floor. When the exhale comes, roll the tailbone forward. Feel that tiny little cow. Baby cow. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower back into the floor. Feel the belly driving down. Nice breath in. As you exhale, roll the tailbone away. And I let someone in, so on your next exhale, wherever you are, do that one. But we're gonna end with an imprint. So if you weren't there, get there. Imprint the low back into the floor. Keep that, reach the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers and spin your palms away from you. Maybe a nice yawn. It's keeping those feet together. Like that part is the basket. Reach the arms, the handle of the basket's a little stretchy, and it stretches further and further back, lengthening out. Keep excavating here. Maybe you can wiggle your sides and move your rib cage even farther away from the legs. And then relax, bend the elbows, hands come to the head, switch the cross of your fingers, spin the palms, and again, press those arms back. Suck out the center, imprint that lower back, and stretch your sides. Reaching the palms. And then bring your arms down to your sides and take the knees from side to side with a gentle windshield right here. Keeping that concept of the lower back pressing into the floor in here. And the belly, in a subtle way, directs the movement, instigates it and directs it. So it's a slow roll of the belly. It's weird, I just remembered I had a dream about Nolly with that like deep belly spinning thing. And in the dream I couldn't do it. I definitely ate too big a dinner. I think this is what my body's trying to say. Let the knees fall to the right. And if you want to, if it isn't too much, place that right heel on that upper left knee, but it may be too much. So just take it easy on those knees. And kind of this whole line, the psoas here might be involved. Sometimes less is more. If more is more, encourage with that right foot, just a little bit of the skin stretching toward the bottom right corner of your mat. On that left leg, left side. It's just like a mental thought, really. It can make such a big difference. It captures that whole line. And notice the shoulders. My shoulders are kind of bracing around my head. And they let go of that. Let's take it. And then take your right heel off your leg if it were there. And on an exhale, make sure the tummy is nice and engaged as you press that low back through center and let the knees fall off to the left. Nice exhale at some point. And like, this may be good. You might, and it's one of those things when it is enough, trust that, you know it, you feel it. Let it be. And if you want more, place that left heel on that upper right knee. And maybe just a slight encouragement of the skin on that right line moving toward the bottom left corner of your mouth. With that outer left ankle. Maybe. What does that do with the tailbone? Like, is it sending anything into crisis or alarm? And if it is that okay? What do you do with that? When that happens, maybe it's a good time for that. Because you can practice equanimity in an uncomfortable, very much, I use that term, uncomfortable place. And that's a lot of what I get out of this practice is, and I get more out of it when I call my attention to it. Like, I'm in an uncomfortable position. How do I practice equanimity? Even here. Even here. Let that left heel fall off the right side if it were there. On your next exhale, moving back to the middle, take it nice and slow. There's a possibility that was a lot. Knees falling in again. And then let the legs, this is an easy mat to do it on. So my legs are just falling straight out. And roll the legs, toes right and left. Maybe they go out and in, or maybe they go left and right. So let the legs wag from side to side. And you can also point and flex the heels here, or circle the feet if you feel inspired to do that. It's pretty in the camera, the light is different in all of our spaces. And then a big yawn, stretching. Just let it happen. Reaching right side and the left side. And all the sides. Engage your belly, slowly draw your knees back up to the chest, arms around them. Around your tailbone and your chin to your chest, and come up and back maybe once or twice. And land, making your way onto all fours. Taylor, does that mean you're home? Yay.
I'm back in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a song. Hands under shoulders. I won't wrap it for us. And then lift the tailbone, lift the head. Oh. Yeah. Little cat cows and around. And do a few of these, finding your breath. And extend back, oh, I should say more words. Find neutral, pull your belly in. Knit the ribs in. And then when I do that, my tailbone is not in neutral, it's tucked under. So I want to try to keep my belly in and my ribs in and extend the buttocks back. Kayla's doing it really well. It's hard. It's hard, right? Give those elbows a tiny bit. And then engage the lat. So what I just asked Caitlin to do is with the words was micro bending the elbows and then sealing the armpits kind of with the arm. So the arm seals onto the armpit and that'll give you a nice lat engagement. The computer's done. And then extend your right, she's so cute. It's wrong with me. And then extend your right leg back and keep all that, keep the belly in. And lift the right leg up. Yeah, and reach that left arm forward, keeping all those, that fun stuff. And now we're gonna change it. So you're gonna make a fist with that left hand, round the lower back and bring the left elbow into the knee. And as you do that, firm the tummy and press the knee into the elbow resists. And then push the elbow into the knee resists. Extend back out. We're gonna take that right knee, bend it over to the right as we cactus the left arm out to the left, like a scarecrow. Inhale, reach out through center. Exhale, elbow to knee. And push them into one another. Inhale, extend, knee and arm out to the sides. Inhale, reach it. Exhale, contract. Knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, scarecrow or like flying squirrel. Inhale, reach. And we'll go ahead and bring it down because that's enough. Let's get off the hands, walk the knees back. Stretch the hips back, arms forward, let the head drop. Tense your fingers and hollow your armpits out. And here, the tailbone, we usually kind of have it tucked under. Can you extend that tailbone long? Here, nice. And notice your habits. Is the neck tight? Is the jaw tight or the teeth clinic gnashed? Can you soften the side body? And let the armpits deepen as the chest falls closer to the legs. And we're going to just take care of your knees here as needed. Elena has like a miracle worker, body worker in Morro Bay. It's a big travel, but maybe worth it because she's in Charleston. Means her knee is better. Holy crap. He mocks at the knee first. Let's all remember that. For all our body workers. And then come forward onto all fours again. And let's turn the fingers back for a moment. So fingers turn to 6 o'clock. And let's take a circle around the wrists. I think you're so interested today. And the other way. And then turn your hands forward. And see if they feel kind of nice. And take a few cat cows here. Taking those elbows and lats, their connection to those muscles on your sides. And then that cat pose, it's like I have to make an extra effort to pull my belly up, like a whole separate attention for that belly part. And then move back to neutral when you're ready. Oh, that was nice, you guys. Relax your jaw and good, Elena, very good. But knitting those ribs in, belly in. Good, Karen. Good, good, good. Good, good, Taylor. Yes, Caitlin. Wow. by you guys. And reach your left leg back. Oh, Karen, and everybody, sorry, tuck your toes under first. So extend that left leg with the toes tucked under. And you know, you can figure stuff out that, oh, so Karen, and Elena, toes on the floor. Because you can feel like how you cheat it. Like, if you just lift it, usually we kind of want to, can you see it? Caitlin's foot? Yeah. And then, around. So I'm overdoing showing it on her, but it's just subtle, that inner left thigh we wanted to roll up. Yeah, and then lift the leg right from there. Yeah, and usually you'll be like, oh yeah, that's way harder. It's like a little thing, but and then reach that right arm forward. Right. And what Caitlin did that was hard is she kept that super cool lat engagement instead of locking at the elbow, which she wants to do. Wouldn't. And get that reach through the fingers at first. Yeah. So long hand first, good. And Taylor, pull those ribs in. Good tank. Good adjustments. Good, everybody. So Karen, it could be an optical illusion. I could be wrong, but maybe roll that outer left hip down a bit. And remember, guys, I could always be wrong with the angles doing this. And then make a fist and elbow to knee. And push that elbow and knee together. Elbow and the knee. And the knee resists. And the knee and the elbow resists. Oh, and knit in. Would reach forward and back. Extension. Long arm. Good, good, good. Flying squirrel. Cactus that arm and leg. So good. And you can put the fingers there. And then reach it. Good. Roll that left hip down a tiny bit. And elbow to knee. Good. Squeeze them in. And extend. Flying squirrel. Good squirrels, you guys. And extend. And elbow to knee, give it a nice punch for whichever one you were on. And extend, and we'll do one more squirrel. Recharge, squeeze the tummy. Good, extend and get off it, bring it down, back into that child's pose, with the arms forward. Tenting those fingers up, follow the armpits into two deep grapefruits. So the underline of the arm. And let those hips sink back. And just notice your tendencies. Can the neck soften? Can the body fall more onto the legs? Is there room for the breath in the back? And when you're ready, come forward onto your fours again, all fours again. Tuck your toes under, let's find that neutral spine once again. Knitting those ribs in, pulling tummy in. And then make sure your knees are back under your hips. Lift your knees just barely off the floor. And send that tailbone back without losing that ribs and belly. I can't talk and do it. Sometimes it's that hard for me. And knees go toward wrists and wrists pull toward knees. So those lats engage. Oh, yeah. And like, what if you ran with a little jog? Oh, God. And then walk your feet back into plank. Oh, God, we're still here. And then squeeze those legs. Tuck the tailbone under here into all that space, actually, and tuck the chin. Let the shoulders open. Oh my gosh. Just hug the front body toward the back body a lot. Oh my gosh. And then lengthen the neck, bend the knees, send those hips back. So my knees are bent, my butt went up, I'm on my toes, and I'm stretching more like a dog. Like it is a down dog, but more the way dogs do it, so like. Good, deep stretch. Yeah, it's really good. And then go ahead into your dog, into what's more familiar. Letting those legs perhaps lengthen out, perhaps not. Maybe you were enjoying that angle of the sits bones. Elena, your body looks completely different. What the heck did that guy do? Fucking crazy. Excuse my language, bro. Okay. And then step your feet up to your hand. Wow, big ad for Brian. Hands to the feet, feet to the hands. Inhale, a nice lengthening here. So half lift. And really, as you guys know, this is one of my favorite places to sneak in back bends. So I'm like, oh, half lift is really a back bend. So it's extending the spine, squeezing shoulder blades together, tummy in, and getting that nice length in the neck. Beautiful. Taylor, bring your hips slightly more forward, like the weight of the, yes. And then lift like mid chest a tiny bit more. Okay, without shifting the hips back. Forward, hips go forward. More. Grip with the toes, lift the boots just a tiny bit. There it is. Feel that? Exhale, fold, chin to the chest. Arches alive, so push down through the big toes. Relax into the tongue. I haven't had a chance to feel butts in a while. And then grip the toe. Yeah, so turns on the glutes when you come out. So I miss switching bodies because I can't have another body to like test things on. If mine's not enough, to tell you the truth. Inhale, rise up, circle the arms, reach tall. And get that nice side length up. Relax these puppies, which are the shoulders. Yeah. And then hands to the heart. Relax your arms down by your side, palms turn open. Inhale, breathe your arms up. Okay, guys, side body here. Feed it up. We're having none of that. Good. Make sure your ribs are lifting up. Good. Okay. Exhale and fold forward. Sorry, we'll never get anywhere with this. Fold over. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Good. And step your left leg back into a nice lunge. Now hug your legs toward each other. Draw the belly in and feel alive. Look alive between the legs, feeling the sort of sharpness, the blades of the scissors of the leg. Go ahead and raise that right arm up, turn and look up toward it if you can, and feel activation through your right glute. Squeeze that right big toe. Keep bending into that front leg and strong through the back. Nice. Circle that right arm over the ear, and hand can come down to the mat. Start to straighten out that front leg, bending through the back knee. We're not going to take it to the floor, just visiting this stretch here, flexing that right foot. Then you pull your heart toward your big toe, taking the roundness out of your back. And frankly, I'm the most round of all of us, so that's to me that cue. And then rebend that front knee and place the palms. Yeah, go ahead and step it back to a nice plank. This plank will widen the collarbones, draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Press heels back and run chin slightly away from chest. Let's bend the elbows. Chaturanga. Come on down. Roll over the toes before you fall and open that chest up. Oh. Feeling those big toes push down and then roll over them or down. Ujjayi breath through the nose, drawing tummy in, knitting ribs in, widening back, letting head just hang. Stretching heels down toward the floor, you get that nice calf engagement. Inner ankle lifting. And that inseam of the leg working. Look forward as you walk your feet all the way up to where the hands are. Inhale, glide, tail going backward, forward. Exhale, melt. Inhale, circle to rise up. Arch back, take a nice little back bend. And then looking more forward, let the elbows bend, shoulder blades on the back. Cactusing those arms. Nice, relax the wrists. Inhale, reach it up. Good, good. Exhale, diving forward, arms go wide, and then down. Inhale, lifting up. Let's go ahead and step back with that right foot. Nice parallel to the floor with that left quad, left leg, left upper thigh, and right thigh strong. Scissor those legs. Get that contraction of the outer glutes. Glute knees, glute min. Squeeze that mid and upper butt. And then raise that left arm. Keep those adductors squeezing in. Very nice. And it's like, we don't want to bend the left knee here, so go ahead and do it. Then turn those ribs, y'all. And reach that left arm over the ear. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down and slowly straighten that left leg out. Bend that right knee back. It's kind of like a slingshot. And flex those left toes, y'all. Pull the heart toward the big toe. Keep that nice bend in that back leg. So it's kind of sucking me back. That left hip, left thigh into the hip socket. You get the calf stretch too. Good. And then rebend that left leg, palms come down to plank. Step that foot back. Nice open collarbones. Feel tubular here. Suck everything toward midline. Bend the elbows. Inhale, up dog. And down dog. Zipping up the inseam of the legs up toward the pelvic floor. Engage the pelvic floor up through the belly, through the throat. And raise the buttocks higher as you extend that line from buttocks to arms. Let the head hang like a bobble doll. Bobble, head doll. Raise your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Walk or jump up to your hands. Nice, nice. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Rise up, circle the arms. Good. Bend the elbows, a nice little cactus looking slightly forward. Lift the chest as the shoulders engage. Very nice. Inhale, reach, good. Exhale, folding over. Come to chair pose, bend the knees, sink your hips, raise the arms up. Very nice. Weight back in the heels. And then lower the toes and go ahead and squeeze it to engage the buttocks. Just like a buttock engager. Feel the belly lift in and up. Ooh, nice. And suck in. And then prayer your palms together, left elbow outside of right leg. So, jogging that, if a knee is jutted forward, jog it back. Keeping that lower back steady, lower body steady. Open the arms up if you'd like, one to the floor, one to the sky. Beautiful. And open the chest. Gorgeous. Bring it on down, fold forward. Hang here a moment. And bend the knees softly. Turn the head left and right. And take your hands behind your back as the head stabilizes. Draw shoulder blades toward one another. Knees are soft, soft, soft. Belly hollowing into the back body. And lay your chest on your legs as you bring the arms overhead. Let's play with straightening-ish that right leg bending the left as we take the fist of the palms or knuckles over toward the left. Look to the right. And the elbows just a little bit. And pull toward the left. Yeah. And then center it. And play with bending the right knee, straightening the left. Let's switch the fingers, lacing them the other way. And look toward the left as you pull a little bit more with the right hand. Hands moving toward the right. As you look left. Keeping, so see how that wraps that left shoulder blade more? Keep that wrap as you go back to the middle at the right shoulder blade. Like two buns of a sandwich. Like a Subway sandwich. It's like one, maybe like one log. With the middle part, like a hot dog bun. That's all over. Hot dog bun back. Release your hand. Let them dust the floor. To sink your hips coming into chair. Belly hollows in. Prayer the palms. Right elbow outside of left leg. Line up the legs. Twist. Sinking back. And then open the arms up if you want more extension of the arms. You may not. Breathing here. Beautiful. And release, fold forward. Let's come right into our chairs again. Bend the knees, arms up. Out chihuahua, feel it. Stick your butt back, Cameron. Stick your butt back. Like twerk your butt. Good. And fold forward. Inhale, look up. And let's step back to crescent lunge. Left foot steps back. Arms up, so right leg is forward. Then those elbows into a little cactus at the heart rise. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, we're going to tip your body forward here, prayer the palms, and let's let that left leg come up some or lock. Bringing the body parallel to the floor, flex your left heel back. Hold. Standing split, start to lift that left leg as you go down toward the floor. Let the hands come down. Let that leg just fly up toward the sky. Nice hamstring stretch here. Walk your hands forward and come up onto the right toes with that right heel. Push down through the right big toe, and I know big toes are tough on us. Just be mindful. Lower that right heel, walk your hands back. We're gonna warrior to the leg. So you're gonna flatten that left leg back, left foot back, open up to warrior two. And adjust, put some more weight into that back leg as you sink into the front one. Open the chest as you stack your spine over your hips. Press that knee out toward the right as that right buttock scoops under to support you. Flip your palms. Let the chest widen out toward the hands. Belly in, and then go ahead and reach forward and scoop it, reversing your warrior. Bending deeper to the front leg. Bend the right elbow, hold the base of the skull. Turn your head into that right bicep. Pulling with your fingers a little bit for that neck adjustment. Gorgeous. Beautiful, you guys. Let's take it nice to a half moon. Reach that right arm forward and jettison yourself up. A wall is always a friend here. Flex your left foot and raise your left arm up. Nice, good. Flexing that left ankle. Looking up if that suits you, but do keep your neck long. Bend your right knee and softly step back. Warrior two, take courage climb. Rising up. Just reestablishing that vertical lift. Your breath, your mind. Breathe in. And then cartwheel the hands down, plank. To low push up. Inhale, a smooth transition to up, down. Exhale, back, down, dog. Finding center, the center of you, the center of your awareness. Letting strain drop away. Out of the neck, out of the jaw, out of the mind. Either micro bend the elbows a little bit and then widen the shoulders. Yeah, and that'll bring your head into more alignment. And then bend the knees a little bit and send the buttocks higher. And that will give you that long line. I think that's better for right now. Yep. When you feel ready, look forward, bend the knees, walk or jump up to the hands. Inhale, lengthen. And stick that butt out. Exhale, fold forward. Yep. And then bend your knees, come to chair. Good butts. Good. Excellent, you guys. Beautiful. Fold forward and let it go. Inhale, look up. And then step your right foot back, come to crescent lunge. And then bend the elbows, take a little back bend here, lift the heart. Oh yeah, exactly, right. And then re-extend the arms, inhale. Exhale, hands prayer, lean forward and take that warrior three. Wherever it is, let's not even call it that leg extension, that leg lift. Beautiful. And then start to tip forward toward your standing leg. Hands come down. We walk forward a little bit. And give that back leg a chance to rise. Put some grain into those back toes and extend that leg up. With hands forward, can you bring weight onto the front of your foot and lift your left heel, pushing down through the big toe. And now, I think it's two of you have that sesame bone, sesame seed bone, it's a little finicky. And then step back, warrior two. So you're gonna line up that back foot, the arch with the front heel. I was trying to say before, couldn't find the legs. Give yourself enough space between the legs that it's possible for that front thigh in some world to come parallel to the floor. That may not feel safe for whatever reason. No, it's okay. Just acknowledge whatever's there. Scooping that left buttock under to support the lift of the spine. Flip the palms just to let the heart wriggle open. It's more at first just a feeling of the chest opening. And then reach forward to reverse warrior, forward to go back. Bend that left elbow and take the base of the skull in your hand and give yourself a nice little neck adjustment here. Beautiful. And then we're reaching forward with that front hand, top hand. Move yourself toward a half moon so that first hand, left hand can come down. A block's a good friend here if you want one, have one. And then right leg up. Opening that right hip, right arm can lift. Turn your neck to that. Good. Flexing that back foot. Live and breathe here. And then bending your standing leg, take a nice step back to warrior two. Only the time you need, lift the chest. Very good. Cartwheel the hands down to plank. And low push up. Inhale, smooth transition to a back bend here, lifting the chest. Take it back to child's pose, hips back to heels. Let the knees come down. Hands back by the feet for embryo. Letting those hands surrender back toward the heels. Letting the upper back round. Breathing into your lower back, mid back. Upper back. Feeling that heaviness, the surrender of the shape itself. It's one of the millions of cool things, or just how the shapes dictate different emotional or opportunities for emotional observation. This shape makes my body feel discomfort, and I maintain my equanimity. This pose makes me feel surrender, and I maintain my equanimity. I don't know, sometimes I cry or laugh. There was a baby in Hawaii, one of those babies that you just can't help but stare at endlessly. And it was incredible to watch him just go through tragic sadness to hysterical laughter in this rainbow of 2 seconds, like in all of it completely real. And that's, that elasticity of emotions, is letting them roll through us when they're not attached to story. I think that's how it was meant to be, or if it were meant to be at all. But just watching that, because you get invested. I found myself like, oh, he's upset. But then a second later, he was laughing. It's like, oh, it's awesome. As we get older, as we know, emotions get a lot more sure of themselves and stick around a lot longer. If they can. At least the ones we don't want tend to do that. And then go ahead and take those arms forward. And what to do? Let's make our way onto the back. So you can come onto the back any way possible. And I want to take bridge again, but this time adding the arms. So feet come down, hips come up. And you're gonna this time walk your shoulders under you. You can interlace the fingers or alternatively grab the edges of the mat and pull the mat apart. Squeeze the backs of the arms on and turn on the back muscles. Just feel that happening. Before we did it without the shoulders coming under, so it was even harder in some ways. But here you can really go for it. Let that chin jog away from the chest and push down through the heels more. Knees are over the ankles. Yeah. Just feel those glutes engage. Tailbone, if it isn't under, soften your hips down just a tiny bit. Scoop the tailbone in, then lift the seat back up. Good. Now keep that, you guys. That looks good. Karen, is your butt down? Okay, Taylor, take your chest more toward your face. Oh, so good. Yeah, now suck your hamstrings into the buttocks as you drag your heels toward your butt. And then press your heels toward the front of the mat, feeling the quads. Oh, geez Louise. And then let's do the butt one again, because we're usually quad dominant. Squeeze your toes like you're trying to pick up a marble. Heck yeah. And then relax the arms and down you come. Those were nice. Good. Let the knees fall open this time and leave them there. And sleeping butterfly. Hand on your chest and hand on your belly. And just feel the rise and fall of your breath. Letting your shoulders relax down toward the floor. And let your mind be present to the heartbeat, to the pulse in the belly. And the natural rhythm of the unwinding of breath, of movement. If the mind travels off somewhere, it's a great way to just notice and bring yourself back to the present. Notice and come back to the present. Take a deep breath in. Open up the mouth and sigh. Just let stress go. Whatever that stress may be, just let it dissolve here. Let it go. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Nice and slowly. Take your time. Reach the arms flat. And a nice long stretch here. Right toes reach and left arm reaches. Left arm reaches and right arm reaches. Left leg, sorry, right arm. Both legs, both arms. And keep getting longer like you're made of elastic. Or like you're a gummy worm. And then relax the shoulders. Bring your hands down and bend the knees. And you're going to take the legs to shoulder stand or supported feet bridge around you with a block under you. Any height you like. And then raise the legs up. So supported inversion or shoulder stand without the support. Whichever kind of feels right. Let your neck relax. Use the backs of the arms pushing down. Let's let that de-aging magic of this pose begin. Just letting the fountain of youth drip down to the faces, to the face. getting the plaque off the heart, getting the lungs clear. Aging, what's the new phrase? There's some new phrase. The longevity, powers of this pose. May they gift us all. May they bless us. And then softly bend the knees and let them come down toward the forehead where they can rest for a moment. And then they move out toward the edges of the face or ears, depending. Give yourself a little squeeze. If you happen to be on the cheekbones, that's kind of a great place to squeeze too. The ears are good, but the cheekbones are as well. They are one of the pumps of the lymph of the body. So when we pump on the cheekbones, we start to break up any stuff lymph, which is a thing, big thing. And then slowly come on down and take some version of a fish pose. So you can take a like a fuller fish with your hands under you, under your butt, and lift your chest up and then the head on the floor, or just like a little homage to that, with the chest open and the arms turned up. Where legs can be crossed, whatever little counter pose you want. Fish happens to be great when it balances the endocrines, really puts them on display. Gives them a moment in the spotlight. In the heart, the master endocrine, lifting up to the sky. Beautiful ruby light in the middle of the body. The shamanic drum. Press down to the elbows to carefully place the head down. We'll draw both knees up into the body. If your back's tender, place a block between them. Shift your hips to the right a little as your knees fall left. And reach your right arm into a cactus or extend it out. Eyes closed as the head turns to the right. And just, there may be some parts that are calling. It's okay. Like that baby, don't invest in them too. Like, you're not going to stay upset very long. You're not ignoring them, you're just knowing that they're going to transition into more ease in just a moment. You have a, I don't really know what it is. It's like a last gasp. And then draw the knees toward each other for a little contraction. Knees to the center. Shift your hips left and knees drop right. Left arm opens. Head turns left. Let the shoulders drop. Let that chest spill open. Eyes are closed in, faces soft. Observing what is. It's a neutral place. Let the shoulders release whatever story they're holding. Squeeze the legs toward each other, draw the knees in. Give yourself a hug. And then extend your legs all the way up. Grab hold of that head. And gaze up at the ceiling, moving that head left and right, stargazing, breathing. Bring your fingertips to the base of your skull. Support it as you carefully lower head to ground. The fingers there, there's a nice circuit breaker. Place your left hand on that. So right at the base of the skull, right hand at the bottom of your left rib cage. And we're going to let the spleen and the vagus nerve communicate. And they already are, but we're letting our awareness tell okay, so the highway goes from the spleen to the vagus nerve and the vagus nerve to the spleen. So it's bi-directional highway, and everything's okay. And this is going to bring down any inflammation. This is the off switch to inflammation in the body. And we want that switch off. So this is just a great trick. Clear out any inflammation. Physical, mental, or spiritual. And then bring your arms down by your side when you feel ready. When you feel like both highways are reporting the same facts, so that everything's okay. You're going to take a deep breath here. And exhale it out. And 2 more. Breathing in. And with great gratitude. More time, deep breath. Let go. Let the system shut down completely. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Again, breathe in deeply. And notice the exhale. On the inhale, maybe you'll move your fingers and toes and stretch your arms and legs as you exhale. And one or both knees and roll to your favorite side today. Come into that embryo position a different way, a fetal position now. On your side, wrap it up. And breathe into your back. Really nurture your back body with this breath. It's a really effective self-soothing mechanism. But frankly, I don't use enough. They should just come into a fetal position once a day and breathe into the back body. And it really lets the kidneys revitalize. And the kidneys hold our life force energy. We want to keep them really healthy and vital, so they can keep us that way. And this shape features them prominently and lets the breath give them a lot of hydration and circulation. Feeds them. Not to mention the whole heart and lungs. And when you feel ready, push down through whichever hand is on top and make your way on up to seat. Feeling your sits bones supporting you, you can draw your spine up tall. Opening the frame of the chest and letting the shoulders release. Jaw release. Raise your arms up. Find some more energy there through your hands. Call it in. Call in what you want for the day. Is it peace? Is it love? Is it maybe it's that Mars energy that's really prominent right now with Mercury? Maybe it's communication. Palms come together and hands end up at the heart end. That internal communication between you and your spirit, the heart, spirit that lives inside the heart, the Shen, that makes our eyes shiny and bright. It makes us, that drives us. It connects us all. And from this heart drive, one Om, inhale. Oh. Bow our head humbly to the prayer of our heart, thumbs coming to forehead center. We bow one another to the wisdom of the practice, to the gratitude of having the practice, whatever it is. Thank you. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. Thanks, Tim. Love you. Welcome home. Love you. Almost burst into tears with that overjoy. I know. All right. I'll see you later.
See you soon. Bye.